Exact Track 4D detects dangerous weather days ahead of time, so you can make the right plans for your family.
I love how that letter said to Campbell, "You have been selected."
Yeah.
Like it was a lovely invitation to take a drug test.
Like it's the lotto.
Yeah.
Woo, look what I got.
You have been selected.
I'm sure there's going to be a needle somewhere.
Ugh.
Sorry, buddy, but what a kick.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, and like you said, 70 yards preseason, and then he was like, okay, this one doesn't count. How about this one?
Yeah.
And here's the mark stamp. So hopefully everything goes well, and we keep going the way that we're doing, because I like these Victory Mondays. On over to the board. The cold front that went through for Sunday brought us a little bit of cloud cover, brought us a cool day today. Now the high pressure that you see sitting back over there, lurking back in the distance around Mississippi, will move over into Alabama, and as it does so, getting closer to Georgia, will be on the edge of the high pressure, so it's going to kick the wind up a little bit, making for what will be a breezy Tuesday. Still going to be sunny and cool. I got this picture in as we were talking about sunsets this evening, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got to bring it back here. I think it should be Prince William of K out there with his fire-breathing dragon on one of the, what do they call them, like wine post, wine tree type thing. I love it. Very cool, artistic, and he had me with a flame. Morningstar Marinas, another cool shot here as we look outside. You see Old Glory there behind me, waving lightly in a west-northwest wind, 5 miles an hour, as temperatures dipping down to the 50s. And we'll take you out just to a quick trip to let you know whether it's the Atlantic, the Gulf, or the Caribbean. Things are pretty quiet right now. Not a lot of convection. What we are seeing is kind of hugging around Nicaragua, Honduras, that times into Belize. And then the next line where we're seeing that convection is a tropical wave that actually is more linear all the way back, just coming in off of the coast of Africa. Other than that, things are pretty quiet, although it stays pretty windy, and that wind shear is helping us out by helping to keep those lows from forming. Wind will continue to taper off here across our inland areas. Although we're still dry, well inland here, we could see a little bit of patchy low ground fog, and I say a little bit because the atmosphere, not only is that dry, but also it's been a lack of rain here across a lot of our well inland areas, so there's not a lot of water in the ground to work with. McClenny, which is actually out of Cecil, is showing 45 degrees, 51 right now at the airport as our temperatures continue to slip away. And what we'll see beginning on Wednesday and actually taking us through the weekend, we'll push our temperatures a little bit warmer, so we'll kind of hover just outside of the norm and on the plus side by a couple of degrees. But it's that dry air that will make tomorrow, even with the breeze coming through, feel pretty nice. And you can see just how dry the air is with that darker air mass. But that's a flow that's going to continue thanks to the high moving in out of Georgia and the states there to our north. Cloud and radar forecast. We do have the high pressures here, kind of a pair of them, before we'll see a frontal boundary coming through. This is going to be a dry front as it moves through late Wednesday into Thursday. And then we get into our late Friday and into our Saturday forecast. And you can already see the cloud cover here as it begins to build. It's not a lot of water, but it will give us a little bit here ahead of that frontal boundary, kind of like what we saw on Sunday. A few spotty showers can be possible, and the models continue to hover back and forth between around 10% to 20%. But here's the rainfall it takes us through Saturday, and you notice we are empty all the way across. So the split in the models, the GFS is always the one that is just a little bit wetter. Overnight lows will put us into the 40s here across the board inland, 95 corridor, and then the beaches will find morning temperatures that will start you off in the 50s with those daytime highs, a mixed bag, 60s and 70s along the sandy shores. Northeast wind is back, and our inland areas will still top out like we did today in the lower 70s. If you liked it, it's a 9 here for your Tuesdays. We'll see a repeat. It's just a little bit better because it's not Monday. 46 degrees overnight tonight. We'll see those daytime highs warming back into the 80s. 76 is the norm as we'll hover above those seasonal temperatures. But with a dry forecast, maybe it's worth it to hit the old washateria there, grab a sudsy bucket, knock the dust off the old family truckster. By Friday's forecast, we're thinking of the weekend, and it's looking good as temperatures continue in the 80s.
Thank you, Rick.